We're good, boys.
I'm not. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Earthquake.
Unprofessional.
Fucking amateur hour over here.
I know, right? Yep. No. Let's all wait for Josh.
I wanted to
Says
come
the
to your chair.
Oh.
Says the person who's just sitting in his car.
Okay, I wanted to come to your chair. You guys all have comfy seats. I don't.
My chair's not that comfy. We all know this couch is not that comfy. Come on now. This couch sucks.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Was this? I thought that was it. Was that
Okay,
not it?
cool.
Has it not begun?
Has it not started? Was that not the beginning? Hi.
Was as good
How's
for
it
you as it
going?
was for me?
No.
Oh, well.
No.
Well, it's just because you cry after. It's weird.
I'm sorry I get emotional when we have a real connection together.
It's just weird, you know.
My God.
All right, well, this just got weird.
Devin, he just literally gets out of his
Gets
car,
out of his car.
leaves it running and everything.
Someone get taken, it's fine.
Hey,
Oh,
how's
shit.
it going?
Hi, how you doing, boys?
Okay.
Devin, I gotta be upfront with you right off the top.
What's up?
I saw Josh the other day, and he hugged me, and it was great.
I had to drop something off at Casey's house.
Yeah, and I was there, and he was like, oh hey, and he like reached for a handshake, and I was like, can I have a hug? And then he picked me up and swung me around like a baby.
Picked him up and swung him around because he weighs like 10 pounds.
It was great. It was nice to be touched by somebody.
You were at Casey's.
Yeah, but that's a different touch. That's a bad touch.
That's a bad
Oh man,
touch.
how's everybody's
How's your
week's
week?
been?
Yeah, how's your week's been? Devin, go
About
for
the
it.
same. It's been about the same.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
Well,
Dude.
yeah, more the same shit.
It's crazy to me that it's. I've been like this for over 2 months now. I think for me, like, because I got cut before you, right, Devin? Like by like a week or two.
Something like that. I think it's you were cut a week before I left.
Yeah, that seems about right. So yeah, so it's like I don't. It's weird. My concept of the time is just
Gone.
It was
non-existent.
Devin.
That was Devin's car, yeah. But yeah, so my
Hey,
concept of the time is
my car's been idle for too long. We're gonna shut off to save power.
so yeah, I have no concept of time anymore. It's all an illusion.
I don't have any concept of time anymore, but that's because I've been working too much.
You keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something.
Okay.
All right.
He's gonna
So
come
if your
back.
days,
He's
so
gonna
your
come
day's
back
been-
bottomless.
so
I,
your day's been blending in as well.
Yeah, but that's because I really haven't been taking a lot of time out. Like, I've been going in on my days off and stuff, so.
Wait, so why are you going in on your days off? Oh, he's back.
We're just really understaffed right now, so. And
I'm back.
trying to get a promotion.
Have you actually talked to anybody about that, or is it kind of like waiting until this blows
Nah, I'm
over
waiting
kind
until
of
this
thing?
all blows over before I'm like, hey, remember that time I showed up every day for like 3 weeks?
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
Remember that promotion and vacation time you were gonna give me?
Oh, I already got vacation time. I
Oof.
have a vacation coming up at the end of June.
There you go.
By the way, I'm not gonna be here at the end of June.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be out of state. I'm going to Florida.
I figured as much.
What you going to Florida for?
Partying.
Yeah. He's gonna go hang out with that guy who's dressed as the Grim Reaper on the beach.
Yeah.
You've heard of this, right, Devin?
I'm gonna go knock on his
Oh,
door.
I haven't.
really? Yeah, there's a guy. I
The
think
guy,
it
So
might be.
Florida's-
Is he a lawyer or something?
I don't know. Florida is big dumb right now, and they've decided that we're kind of sick of this whole pandemic thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
so
like,
is the
I'm
rest of
over
the
it.
world.
So they're like, yeah, no, but Florida's actually over it.
So here's the thing: Florida opened up their beaches with the
like
intentions. Yeah, but like about a week ago now. Yeah, but they opened it with the intentions to say, "Hey, we are opening the beaches so that you guys can like get some air, walk around and stuff like that. But you can't be setting up shop and everything else. Like you're not here to hang out and everything else." And of course nobody listened. So now there's people who are just like going to the beach, hanging out and stuff like that. And now there's a guy who goes to the beach dressed as the Grim Reaper and sits on a lifeguard chair and like kind of like ridicules them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Florida's big dumb.
Yeah.
They're just like, now we're not gonna get sick.
Well, see, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, but I feel like the rest of America's doing that too. Like apparently Texas just did phase 1 of reopening the state last Friday, and Rhode Island's following suit.
So
New England in general is actually one of the better
Rhode Island's
regions.
number 1 in the nation.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, weirdly enough, is number 1 in the nation for dealing with this per capita,
which is insane. Yeah, it's crazy.
Capita.
And it's
which
crazy
is funny
to
when
think
you
about.
when you. Yeah, and it's also funny when you look at Providence because Providence has the most confirmed cases than the rest of Rhode Island put together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's crazy.
It's the most condensed space. Though.
Yeah, exactly. The more people you have jammed into a small area.
Before this pandemic, this is why I avoided Providence at all costs.
It's too many people.
I love Providence.
It's too many people. It's too fucking crowded.
Yeah, there's just too many people in general in the world. But yeah, it's interesting to see that even though we are still having all these problems that we're experiencing and all these people being stupid, that it's still better than it is in other states, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we started a
what I want to know is you hear about when this pandemic first started about a lot of these states getting hit real hard, like Washington, California, New York. Why Connecticut? Connecticut was the big state that was hit.
Connecticut's a lot of
how it works,
bigger things, isn't it?
It's because coastal
motorcycle.
It's because coastal states are going to get hit before middle states. It's going to go.
It's because of importing. That's why California got hit so hard. Is because the majority of things that are imported into the U.S. come through California.
Yeah, so it's following the line of importation in Connecticut.
Well, I'm not questioning California or Washington or any of that.
No, but we're just saying
it's
the same thing. It's the same thing. It's not as big as California, but I mean it is still open for imports and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
And then it's gonna hit that's why we're gonna get hit twice with coronavirus. So it's going to go from the coast. You can see it right now. It's going from the coasts to the middle of America, and then it's going to fan back out from the middle of America to the coasts again.
Yeah.
We're going to get hit twice.
Yep.
So is that why I keep seeing shit about the second wave?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're going to get hit again in the fall. It isn't a question of are we, it is a question of what are we going to do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm taking a vacation in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the people who's a firm believer right now of when they first open everything up.
Oh, sorry, what?
That like when everything first opens up, nah, I'm good. I ain't going out. I'm not doing it. I would rather let everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like Fallout 76. I don't want to be the first. I don't want to be the first one out of the vault. I don't. I'll wait a minute.
So that's going to be the next question. When is anyone, not even just us, when is anyone ever going to feel safe again?
When there's actually a vaccine.
When
there's actually a vaccine, and that's not going to happen for at least probably a year, is I think like one of the last projected things I've kind of heard. That's not like scientific statement. That's just something I've heard through the grapevines. Is like a lot of people are like, it's going to be a while before we actually.
No, I think we're gonna just have coronavirus season now. It's gonna be the next flu.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but we didn't have the facilities to take care of it this time around.
True. So yeah, now we can use what we know to take care of it now to prevent it spreading in the future, as well as helping those who do catch it.
I'm currently looking for my favorite conspiracy theory about coronavirus. So give me a moment.
But yeah, it is the same thing as not the same thing, but it's like Ebola or SARS or just swine flu. It's the same stuff like that. It's only this, I believe this was considered a pandemic because of, the definition of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's how quickly it spreads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of how quickly it spreads, we just did not have the number of facilities to treat the number of people infected all at once.
All I'm saying
America has lost the infrastructure to deal with a pandemic.
All-
Now, I want to tell you my favorite conspiracy
wait.
theory.
Before you say that, though, all I want to say is that if Batman was in charge, he would have used the prep time properly, and we would be okay. That's all I'm saying.
Batman's part of the 1%. Eat the rich. So this conspiracy theory is put forward by an old white guy with jowls.
Walter Brimley?
Close. He blames coronavirus on oral sex. Here's the quote.
This music is entirely too loud.
Some of these youngins, yes, he used the phrase youngins, are doing all kinds of unnatural things with their sex organs. When people do that, they transfer all kinds of chemicals from ladies' private parts, and that's where I think the virus came from. We never had this kind of thing when I was coming up, but no one was committing oral sex back then. That's my theory.
How old is this guy if nobody was giving blowjobs? Because at this point, dude, like...
No, look at the context. He's not talking about oral sex.
Oh, he's talking about eating ass. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I feel bad for his wife. So anyway, that's my conspiracy theory. It's because we youngins are having too much oral sex.
You know what? That's probably what it is.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, he's got a good point.
He does.
Never had a chance.
We really now let's sit back and reflect.
Yep.
Which I also want to throw this out there. I want to throw this out there. By no means are we scientists or medical professionals. We are just spouting off of what we hear.
Nobody should ever.
I was about to say from the internet, but don't believe whatever you read on the internet.
No, nobody should. Nobody should be using us as a standard of what is fact, unless we cite our sources. So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Let me find.
Do your own research. Cite your own sources.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about video games. Oh, what are we all playing?
Wait. Before we do that, I have an update for you guys. This is what I went to go.
He's gonna take out his ding dong.
No. This is what I went to go get.
Oh, good.
It came in.
I'm so excited for you, Artie. I'm glad you got your Barbie doll.
Look at the fluffy. Oh, wrong side. Fluffy keychain. I'm looking in the camera, so my thing's
How
reversed.
tempted are you to take that fluffy keychain out?
Not at all, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest. The way my phone is set up right now, I didn't feel like changing it because I'm sick and tired of fighting with it every week. But my camera switches to whoever's talking, so I couldn't see it at first until you started talking.
Do you see it now?
No, I'm gonna keep talking. Nope, gonna keep talking.
No, all I see is Josh.
Josh, stop talking. It's
There we go. Now I see it. I see it now.
Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt and the skirt and the ears.
It's awful.
I know. I love it.
Why? Why did you buy it?
Because it's terrible, and I love terrible things.
He has disposable income and is an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. So I have nothing new to report on video games. Playing Animal Crossing, just keep doing more stuff to my village and everything else. Now I'm neatening it up and everything else with the Leaf Day stuff. I'm using hedges and all this kind of jazz, which is fun. Did the May Day event on Friday with Casey, and that was fun going through the maze and everything else. And
I did not do that at all.
It's fun. You can still do it. It goes in.
Did I?
Yeah, it goes for a few days, so you can still do it. It's like a one and done thing, but yeah, it's a really cool maze. It's a fun little thing for them to throw in there. But yeah, so the May Day event. It's like do you remember in Breath of the Wild when you do that island that you like suddenly wash up on and you have nothing
where you
again?
lose all your gear, yeah.
It's just like doing that,
Wow,
except
that
you're
sounds
doing a
awful.
maze. So but yeah, so I've just been playing that and getting ready to play Destiny with you two. So I've been kind of prepping myself for that.
I've
to
been
get
playing
back in that
Destiny without all of you.
I know he's a savage animal. He started without us, but granted, it's not the character he's going to use to play with us. So
Yeah, I started a Titan by myself so that I could play a Warlock with them.
yeah,
I'm really excited. We were talking about this before we started. I'm really excited. Cause we were talking about this before we started because we started late because I was in the middle of playing Destiny.
yeah, we had to wait for Josh to finish the mission he was doing. What about you, Devin?
Still playing Minecraft. The only thing different is I got mods to work on my laptop now.
Regular mods or through AT Launcher?
AT Launcher.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I've been been playing a lot of Sky Factory 4 and learning all the new mods and everything I can do. I think I've only delved into maybe 5% of the mods, and there's still so much. I'm just like, I can do that. This can do this.
That game is insane.
Oh my god,
Sky Factory is insane.
There's so many mods. I think, like I said, I think I've only gotten through like 5% of the mods, and I'm just like, there's so much shit in here.
Yeah, a little bit of everything is like that as well.
You gotta put the SCP facility in your Minecraft world. It's totally a thing, and it's terrifying.
Is it? That does not sound like a good time. I don't want to do that.
It's so fun. You should put it. It's a big block building that you find, and you're just like, what's in here? That's full of monsters.
No, I don't want to do that.
That's amazing.
Also, that puzzle world I've been talking about the last few podcasts, finally finished it. Haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah, no, we just gotta wait for Casey to come to my house, and then we're gonna film it and put that up on Catatonic.
I'll go ahead and do my own thing.
Did you want to play it? Listen, but
I can't play it. I don't have anything to do it on. It's fine.
Also, you
got a PC, don't you?
No, I don't. I have a Mac.
Yeah. But anyways,
you can play it on a Mac, can't you?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna go through that process. I'm already playing Destiny.
So all I'm saying is that where is our line? When do we finally interact again? I'm just curious.
Like the three of us actually stand in the same building?
Yeah. When do we think that's happening? Not like an actual date, but I mean, like, what's gonna have to? What's our pivot point there?
I'm gonna guess whenever they call off social distancing.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. Then I'm never seeing you guys again. That's not happening.
I mean, I'm the one who keeps up to date on the stuff that the governor's putting out.
Yeah, I keep moderately up with it.
I just keep up with the numbers. My dad's the one that's actually into politics, and he watches everything. He watches debates on politics he's not even interested in.
Me too. So
I just check the footnotes afterwards.
Yeah, whenever there's anything remotely related to politics, which unfortunately this pandemic is starting to become political. Well,
it began political, but
it's just slowly sliding.
There goes my phone. There it goes.
Ooh.
Oh, nice pants. Devin moved. I'm gonna have to fix that in editing.
No, it's good. You leave it in. It's funny.
Oh, Devin, you're not making noise. Okay, we're back. Hi. Hello.
Sorry, I gotta end this mission real quick. I'm in the middle of the mission.
You did not start a new mission. You're a liar and a hooligan and a rapscallion and a liar and a. Did I already say liar?
Oh, language.
Yeah, no. Devin's thing broke, and then Zoom was like, "Hey, you got 10 minutes. Make it count." And it was the first time it ever gave us a.
Everything went wrong all at once.
It was the first time Zoom ever gave us an actual timer, like saying like it was gonna end. So I wanted to open a new one just in case. So, anyways, here we are. Hi, welcome back. Like nothing ever happened. What were we talking about?
Video game. We're talking about Minecraft.
Oh yeah. So Devin.
Oh, no, we were talking about if we're gonna see each other ever again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably not.
Which the answer is it'll be sooner than it'll be soon. I don't know how soon, but soon.
Yeah.
Do you think before June?
I'm hoping.
Me too. I hope. I'm
not entirely sure. I'm just kind of rolling with the punches.
I look at it this way. I think by the point if Devin or I or both of us go back to work, I feel like that's pretty much says it right there. Sure. I mean, especially if I go back to work, then definitely, because I mean, I'm dealing with the public all goddamn day in close proximity.
Well, my building was I'm high risk, and my building was going to stay open. The only reason we shut down was because several employees were getting tested.
Yeah, so I don't know.
They didn't shut down my building for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, not that, like, this hasn't, suited our needs, but it sucks and is very unfortunate that we started a new channel and then this happened.
Yeah, we started a new channel. We got together twice.
Maybe 3 times. Was it just twice?
No, nope, it was twice.
Just twice,
It was
yeah.
just twice. And then the pandemic
And then the
started,
world
and
ended.
we haven't seen each other since.
Yeah. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I hope we can see each other soon, because I like doing stuff in person. Like I said, this it's all right, but you know.
Yeah, we work with what we got.
Yeah, but there's so many things I want to do, and the weather's starting to get nice now too. So like we actually have like the opportunity to actually like film and everything without it being
I'm
crappy
excited.
out. But yeah, so
I'm hyped.
so
So, but instead of doing all those things that we really want to do, let's answer some questions.
yeah.
So this week I don't have any Ask Reddit questions. Not because I'm bad at what I do. That I'm bad at what I do. Also, but
That's not the reason this time.
because someone sent in a bunch of questions, which was pretty great. Shout out to ChronoLink9. Spoilers, I know him very well. He's a close friend of mine from college. He's also in my D&D group, so I talk to him at least once a week.
Yeah.
If not more. But great friends.
Yeah.
Really great guy. Love him with all my heart.
Salt
shout
of
out
the
to
earth.
Alec. Salt of the earth. Shout out to Alec.
Thank you, Alec.
So, some of the questions are, say your house is on fire. You can only save 3 things, not including pets or people. What do you save? Well, I'd save my mom because women aren't people.
It's an object.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, realistically, going with that logic, you got to save your mom, the oven, and also the washing machine, so she can still do your laundry and feed you.
They're all the same thing. They're all the same.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. That's a tricky one. I mean, I guess, like, it's weird. Like, do I go with something that's sentimental, or do I go with value? Or is there, like, something that's kind of in between? Because, like, value-wise, the most expensive thing I own is my computer. Which, I mean, I could easily, like, unplug my tower and carry that shit out. That's the most expensive thing I own. But at the
the tower is the most important part. You can get the cords and stuff for
cords,
it
the
after.
screens, yeah, that's all. The tower's the most expensive thing in my room currently. But I mean, beyond that, you know, I mean, like, there is stuff I have that now I would consider priceless. I mean, like, I have a signed copy of Batman, the Batman 60, like the Batman movie from '66, signed by Adam West and Burt Ward. And I mean, like, I'm never gonna get
He's
that
dead.
signature again. So I mean, that's kind of a pretty priceless thing to me. I'm like looking around my room to see if there's anything else.
I have a signed Stan Lee poster.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yes,
It's actually right there.
it's really fun when people try to point at stuff by looking in the camera to try to, like, guide themselves. It never works out right.
No other side.
Like, have you ever tried to
there.
have you ever tried to, like, do something on the back of your head with a mirror? And you're like, holding the mirror, and you're just like,
I don't know. I see. I'd probably do that Stanley poster because it was a really cool moment in my life.
Absolutely.
I'd probably do my dad's copy because my dad has the starter set for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, like D&D, like the one after 1E.
Oh, like super, like, original.
Yeah. Actually, I'll grab it in a minute. But like super original. He's actually got 2, but I'd save the one that I really like.
Fair enough.
And then I'd probably save my giant Green Lantern because how are you going to go through life without a giant Green Lantern?
Yeah.
One of my prized possessions.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, you're
I'm
welcome.
gonna go grab my D&D shit. Yeah. Fuck off.
I didn't buy the whole thing, but I did throw in on it. It was a group gift that we had gotten Josh a few years ago. It's like a full-size Green Lantern, and it comes with the ring, and when you touch it to the thing, it lights up.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
So these are both worth some money now. I mean, if they were in good condition, they're not in great condition. But this is the one I'd keep, which is the basic set.
That's so cool.
The art is like very 80s.
I love
and
it. I love it so much.
I love this so much because I got it when we were cleaning out the basement. So it comes with like a book on how to play. Fucking advanced AD&D. AD&D was the edition that came out after first edition. First edition was kind of like a local thing. AD&D was like the mass-produced one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Here's the well-known dungeon module B1, In Search of the Unknown.
Huh.
There is other stuff in here. The reason I really like this one though is because where is it? These are my dad's D&D notes.
Oh my god.
And he made, and I know exactly what he did when I opened this up. He made a map of the dungeon and then like burned it to make it look, oh, this is from when he was a kid.
That's crazy.
So
that's so cool. Man.
I love it so much. And when I got into D&D, he was like, oh yeah, I got D&D stuff in the basement and gave me this stuff. And then now I'm just like, I love everything.
No, that's really cool. Yeah.
And I also, his dice are somewhere around here. It came with his dice. I also have a couple magazines. What is it? Wizards magazine, I think is what it's called. Or it might be called Dragons. But regardless, it has articles written by Gary Gygax in it from back when he was alive.
That's really cool.
So yeah, wearing my D&D shirt. I'm fanboying over this stuff. Oh, the other one I have is the expert set. It comes with just basically stuff to make the game even better. The art's so cool. I want to get some. That. Oh, there it is, dice. Yeah, this is my dad's D20. It's got Isle of Dread, which is actually a module they recently remade for 5th edition.
Oh, that's cool.
So, because they'll remake old modules. Isle of Dread is back, so it comes with the original Isle of Dread. Anyway, sorry. I'd keep the basic set, the one with the dragon.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the one that my dad ran.
Yeah, and it's the base set, so.
Yeah, and it's the one that my dad ran with all his notes and stuff in it. So I'd keep that because D&D is really close to my heart. I'd keep my Green Lantern and my sign stand there.
Did I say a third thing? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
No, I don't know. The Batman thing, the tower, and I don't know. Probably something else expensive.
It'll be your boxed copy of Pokemon Trading Card Game.
Hey, it's still got the Meowth card in and everything, man. No, that's not the most expensive game I own. The most expensive game I own boxed is Legend of Zelda. Because it's over $100. So I mean, so that depending on the condition too, and mine's in very mint.
Someday I'll own Earthbound.
I've looked into it myself just to have it, and it's up there.
It's up there.
It's pretty up there. Devin, you don't value anything. You don't collect, or you know what I mean? Like you don't really. So I feel like you could carry your entire life in like 2 arms.
Only things I would run in for are stuff that is sentimental value.
You have feelings?
I know it's hard to picture me having any other emotion other than anger.
I didn't know you had sentiments about anything. I just always assumed that you didn't care about anything.
Only Monica. No, only Monica. She's the only thing. Everyone else can eat a dick.
Respect.
But yeah, the only things I would run in for if my house is on fire, would probably the number one thing would honestly, you can call me a bitch for this. I don't care. I'll fight you. I have a baby blanket I've had since I was born.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I've not lost that thing since I was born. I've held on to that thing forever.
That's not going anywhere. You're a bitch.
Fight me, prick.
Hey, I have a video for that actually, so don't. I have a thing for that. I have a thing for that.
So yeah, I've got my baby blanket. That's coming with me. And really, there's too many things. Probably
your Xbox and your new computer. That's my guess.
No.
Really?
Really? Because my Xbox and new computer, no sentimental value. It's just money. I can always save up money and buy new ones.
Just money?
Yeah, just money. There's no sentimental value. My baby blanket, for instance, that's fucking priceless.
No, yeah, no. That's why that's kind of the same thing I was thinking too. Yeah.
No amount of money in the world would replace that thing.
Well, that's my that's my thoughts on the Green Lantern. Like, it's $200. I can buy a lot of those. That's not the point. All my friends chipped in to buy me that Green Lantern. Like, that's like that is like. I love that thing for that reason. It's top shelf in my display. Like I don't buy the things like Artie does. I don't buy these things that like at the front. Like I'm not Artie.
I can't stop myself. More than Devin, somebody send help.
But I have significantly less than Artie. But the ones I do have, I have a connection with, and that's why I have them.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So I've got that, and I've got a box filled with notes and just items and just random shit that me and Monica share. So it's basically like our a time capsule?
Your
Yeah.
memory box.
Only
Yeah.
yeah, like a memory box. So I've got that. So those are the two things off the top of my head. Without a doubt, I'm saving. The third thing, probably something else of sentimental value from a family member or Monica. But like what you're saying, Artie, my PlayStation, my Xbox, my laptop, my TV, I can easily save up money and get new ones if need be. Will it suck? Absolutely.
This guy over here
It's gonna be
bragging about
fucking-
being able to save money.
It's gonna be it's gonna be awful, and they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be awful saving up to rebuy them, but they can be replaced.
Yeah.
Whereas the other items cannot.
Yeah,
No, you know, I mean, no, that's a good point. And honestly, like, thinking about that more, so I would probably be in that same boat and furthermore grab something that was signed. Because, I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, I have a few things that I met from people, you know, like, at cons and stuff that were signed. So it'd probably be, like, in the moment, I'd be like, all right, which ones are most important to me? I mean, like, definitely, like, the Batman DVD, probably my Freddy glove would be pretty, I'd pretty much want to have the claws.
Is that signed by Robert Englund?
Yeah. Yes. And it's not like one of the cheap claws either. Like, it's real metal. Like, pointy metal claws and everything. It's really
Dude, I felt
sick.
that shit. It's sharp.
It's really cool.
around
I
with
had
that
to run a whole thing just to be able to get that into the con, get it signed. But but yeah, so probably like that, and then either I guess I would probably grab my amiibo signed by the voice of Mario, just because like it's either that or I grab one of the signed Batman animated series figures I have, because like I have a pair of them, one by Kevin Conroy, one by Tara Strong, but it's like I can't just grab one of them. So yeah, probably that.
Nice.
So I fixed mine.
I think that was a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all really good questions, actually.
Because that one actually made me think.
I didn't even know he had that power. I didn't know he had that power, and I didn't know he had anything that he cared about. I'm learning a lot about you today, Devin.
You've only been
Did you know me for how long?
Too long.
If you could only save one video game soundtrack to listen to forever, which would it be? That's a tough one, because as much as I like the Witcher soundtrack, I don't know if I would pick the Witcher soundtrack because it gets old fast. I'd have to pick something that I'd want to listen to forever.
So this is just within one specific game, not the franchise?
It's just one specific game. Rhythm and music games are excluded.
Okay,
Yeah, so
like
rock band and Guitar
Yeah.
Hero.
Right.
so like I can't
Dance
say
Dance
just
Revolution.
like I can't just say Legend of Zelda. Like I would have to
Nope.
actually like choose a specific one.
You have
Pick
to choose a
Breath of the
specific one.
Wild or Ocarina of Time.
Breath of the Wild would be a good pick.
Breath of the Wild's pretty good, but I don't know, man. Probably I feel like I'd lean
yeah,
towards
it's
like
a good-
Ocarina.
It's a good thing you asked that, because I was leaning towards Elder Scrolls, but the Elder Scrolls in general, because all of their games have such an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what?
What?
I think I have a really good choice for this actually. The Scott Pilgrim game, because the entire soundtrack is by Anna Monoguchi, and and I love Anna Monoguchi. So that's a pretty solid one. Or no, better. Lollipop Chainsaw, because it's all Jimmy Urine. See, like
Ooh,
there's
I could see that.
a lot of good choices here. There's just
for
so many
me,
good. There's a lot of good soundtracks. I don't know. That's
the
hard.
first one that came to mind for me was Hotline Miami for that sweet, sweet bit vaporwave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
'Cause that's what I listen to like in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Like that's just what I listen to. I listen to vaporwave and Outrun.
Yeah.
So like, just that's all that soundtrack is vaporwave and Outrun.
See,
So,
I'm tempted for like Ocarina only because my favorite song in all of Zelda is Lost Woods. Like that's my favorite song.
that song's so annoying.
I love Lost Woods.
Which one's Lost Woods?
The that one.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
Yeah, I can't really whistle that well,
We
but
put our true music skills to the test.
No, I think I know that one.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty. It's like I said.
Honestly,
I can't
I'm
think
gonna
of
throw
one.
a truth bomb on you.
Yo.
I'm gonna throw a truth bomb on you. The only Zelda game I've played was for the channel, and that was A Link to the Past.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Devin's never played
okay.
any of the other ones. Oh no, I know.
What? You should play
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, my dude.
Yeah, if you want to, let me know. I'll let you borrow it. I have a physical copy, so it's good. It's real good.
My
It's
physical
Skyrim
copy is
Zelda,
in Florida.
so you have no reason
Oh
not
no,
to.
wait,
Skyrim
Jamie.
Zelda.
Yeah,
That's
if I
what
want-
Jamie's been playing.
Yeah, Jamie's been playing that. If I want to play it, I can always borrow it from her.
All right, screw me, right? What do I know? Anyways,
Yeah, all right.
uh,
No, well, it's because she'll let me borrow because I've been letting her play Let's Go Pikachu.
fair enough.
So,
I feel like this
trade
question-
for trade.
The more I think about it, this seems pretty similar to a question we answered before, though, because now I'm starting to think
But
the Tony Hawk ones.
But I think that falls under the music rhythm game thing because
Okay,
you're just looking at actual songs.
Okay, so it can't be something. It has to be
So-
something that was made specifically
With-
for.
Right. Now, well, at least I'm sure that's what he had in mind. With
No,
the
I
heart
think
of it.
that's.
Once again-
I think that's a reasonable way to look at it.
It's good. Also, good thing you clarified that because I was also thinking of I think it was just called Demolition Derby for the original Xbox.
Yeah, just I'm gonna
And
pick
it-
the Twisted Metal
all it-
soundtrack.
Yeah, the Twisted Metal soundtrack or the Demolition Derby. All it had was like punk rock on it. It had like Sum 41 and Artie, what the fuck are you doing?
Stars.
You'll get better. You'll get better in time. It's okay.
You'll get better.
It's okay.
But yeah, the Demolition Derby had like Blink 182 and Sum 41.
Yeah.
So are we talking about those kind of soundtracks or
No,
literally
let's
Nah,
take
it's
those
it's gotta be a soundtrack where the soundtrack was intentionally made for the media of which it is being used.
A good one, and one that I might be able to listen to forever is the Dragon Quest XI soundtrack.
I never listened to Dragon Quest.
Specifically,
Or
the
played
one
Dragon
that
Quest,
came
I'm
out
sorry.
for the Switch. So Dragon Quest XI was released on a bunch of consoles, but Dragon Quest XI for the Switch had a full orchestral soundtrack,
Ooh.
and it is incredible. First off, first Dragon Quest game I ever played was Dragon Quest XI. It was really good. I'm really, really happy I played it. But that music was so good.
Yeah, I think my answer is going to be the same as the soundtrack one from last week. Then is going to be Halo, and more specifically Halo ODST.
Ooh, I listened to that soundtrack to fall asleep.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is it the I forgot what it's called, but the piano one where you're roaming through the city in the dark?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's such a good tune.
It's so relaxing. I listen to it when I fall asleep.
It
I don't think I'll
is.
ever be able to play that game ever again because I'll start to fall asleep while playing.
Me too.
It's got the right mixture of soft and soothing, and then the action hardcore music.
Hey
But
Devin,
ODST
was that the scene where we're in the city where I started falling asleep while we were playing it? Is that the song that was playing?
Probably.
Not the same game. That was Halo 2.
Okay.
That was Halo 2 anniversary that we
Halo
started to
ODST.
record, and we never released it because he fell asleep like halfway through one of the first cutscenes.
But Halo ODST takes place at the same time, so I could see the vibe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, ODST takes place in between. No, during Halo.
It takes place right after the Chief leaves Earth in Halo 2.
Yeah. That was right after he left New Mombasa.
Yeah, because it takes place in New Mombasa.
Yeah.
I still know my Halo lore. I've been listening to so much Destiny lore. I gotta be real. That's all I've been listening to at work.
You're really excited to play with us, aren't
I'm
you?
really excited to play Destiny.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna go with Halo 3 ODST soundtrack.
I'm gonna go with Hotline Miami. I think it's a good one.
I don't know, Pokemon or Zelda.
I don't know.
It's so hard for me to pick. It's really hard.
Yeah, especially for the rest of your life. That's the only thing you can listen to.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. I want to answer this next question, but I want to have something in front of me when I do it.
Okay. I thought he was gonna walk away with the headphones still on and get yanked back. I was really sad that he didn't.
No, Artie, how's life?
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Sure is.
It sure is.
Sure is. Sure is, dude.
You excited for the puzzle world I've been working on?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time. I said hopefully
I've been-
hopefully Casey will come over like this week or something and we can film it.
Yeah, I hope it works because it requires 2 people, but I'm just one person, so it's hard for me to test.
You might want to
by myself.
have us play in adventure mode so I don't mess any redstone up.
Oh no, I was planning on it. I learned my mistake from last time.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, you're talking about breaking my fucking 3x3 door.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Did you fix that?
I made it possible so you can't flip it on and off like you did before.
Good.
Yeah, for those of you wondering, me, Artie, and Casey have been playing on a world. I made a 3x3 piston door in Minecraft, and Artie's just like, oh, this looks cool. Found a lever that opens it, and he fucking broke it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of noise coming from my headset just then. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I broke it.
Yeah, Artie broke my door in Minecraft.
That did.
He's a prick.
Yeah, well, it was an accident.
Okay, so, next question.
Yeah.
What are your most underrated pieces of media? You touched on it with music this time around, but it would be cool to hear about games, books, movies, or TV shows that you also think are underrated. So let's start with video games. What do you think is some underrated video games that you really enjoy? I can start again.
Sure.
I've recently been playing, or not recently, but not too long ago, I was playing a game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which captured my soul. This game really got me. First off, the soundtrack's incredible. That's a really good soundtrack, speaking of. It's all like country music, but like dirty country music.
Yeah. Like
not twangy, but like southern travel music.
Yeah, like Walking Dead soundtrack, like
yes, very.
Yeah.
But you basically, the game begins with you. You're a hobo, like a hobo, not a homeless man, but a hobo, like a traveling hobo.
A transient American.
What's the word? Vagabond.
Oh, vagabond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you sit down to play cards at a table, and you're doing real well, and then you lose the hand, but you didn't have any money. So the person you lose your hand to, his face ends up being revealed to be the face of a wolf. And then he's just like, it's okay. How you're gonna repay me is you're gonna go get stories, and you're gonna go share stories. So he then strips you of all your skin, so you're just a skeleton, and then says, go get stories. And you
that's easy. Yeah, just a skeleton walking around. Yeah, that's who was. Listen, I want to talk to a skeleton way more than I want to talk to a homeless man.
I do. So you walk all over America, like real America. Like I went to Rhode Island because I wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And you're literally walking over a map of America.
Yeah.
And basically there are these spots, and you go to those spots, and then there's a story, and you can interact with that story, and you get different kinds of stories. And then you sit down at these campfires with people, and people like, tell me a story. And they're like, I want a happy story. And then you have to go through your list of stories and find a happy story to tell to this person. And then that person, the more you like this person, the more the person likes your story, the more the actual story of the game continues.
Interesting.
It is a very unique game, but it really captured me. It's called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
Yeah.
I adore this game. I played it so much. It's on the Nintendo Switch if any of you are interested in it. It's like cheap too. I think I picked it up for like $20.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It's also on Steam. But,
I might check that out.
Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind when I'm looking at games that are kind of underrated.
Yeah. For me, are we staying within the game category, or are you just listing all of our things?
Let's stay within games right now.
Okay. For game, mine is Mega Man Battle Network series. Nobody I talked to seems to have ever even like played them or anything, and like it's odd because I mean they're really fun.
I watched the anime when I was a kid.
I mean that was also good. that was pretty fun. I mean it's a good game. It's like. I mean, it's like real time, like battling and everything else, but it's also like an RPG and everything else. Like it plays very, very well. I mean, there's a lot of fun aspects to it, and I mean, the stories are fun. You know, the missions that you have to do are great. It brings back some of the older like robot masters and everything, which is cool. Like new old ones come back, and then they make new like iterations of them and everything else too. But I mean, honestly, they're just really fun games. But it seems like anytime I've ever mentioned them in a conversation involving Mega Man, it's like nobody's ever heard of them. And it's weird because, I mean, they made a lot of them. They made like, I don't know, at least 8 or 10 of them, probably. I think somewhere around there. I don't know. They made quite a few. I know there's more than 5. So it's interesting though that, like I said, that's like, of all the Mega Man things, like, even though I'm not super great at like classic Mega Man stuff, like that's the Mega Man stuff that I really enjoy is the Battle Network stuff, because I love the way they tell stories and everything in it, and the gameplay mechanics are really cool because, like, you actually load chips and everything else. So it's like you get a deck of cards, essentially, of, like, I think it's like 50 or something. And it's like you could get a good hand of chips at the beginning, like, to start right off that are going to be good at, like, powerful attacks, or it could be all garbage that won't do you any good. So it's kind of fun. So, yeah, that's my underrated game.
So it's very RNG based.
Yeah, within the most part. I mean, it's deck building. It's a deck building RPG that also has, like, real-time fighting. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game, and there's a lot of things that tie into it, because, I mean, it's like part real world, part digital world, because, like, part of the game you play as Lan, the guy who's, like, owns Mega Man, essentially, and then part of it you're playing as Mega Man. So it's, there's cool stuff. It's fun. I like them. What about you, boy?
So, I'm not sure how underrated this is, but I feel like it's underrated because I don't hear anybody talking about it. It's a fairly old game.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Last Remnant by Square Enix, the same people that did Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never played it. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard of it.
But it's, in my opinion, it's such a good game. It kind of has the same feel as Final Fantasy, but not quite. It's a RPG turn-based system, and it's kind of the same thing where you don't build up decks, but you build up an army.
We got hit with 10 minutes again.
Of course we did. But you build up an army, you level up that army, and each unit in that army has a leader. You can level up that leader, and you're in a big battlefield against a bunch of bad guys.
Yeah.
It's just really fun. And it originally launched for the 360.
Yeah.
When the 360 was new, and I've heard nobody talk about. I actually got into it because of Dean. Dean showed me it. Mm-hmm. But I've heard nobody else, none of my other friends.
I've heard it. That's the thing. Yeah, for me, like, I've heard it mentioned, like, tossed around while I was at work, of, like, people, like, talking about it or looking for it and stuff. But I've never really had anybody I actually know bring it up.
Yeah, and, like, for actually not that long ago, there was I'd say a few months ago, Xbox One had their list of stuff that they were asking, hey, what do you guys want backwards compatible from the 360 original Xbox?
Yeah.
And everyone got to vote on what games they wanted to be ported onto the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I looked up, I was like, I really want to play The Last Remnant again. I looked up Last Remnant. Nobody. Literally nobody wanted that game. And I'm just like, it's such a good game, though!
Yeah. No, I feel
and
that.
I wanted to... you can play it, you can buy it on Steam, and it's a lot more, much like Minecraft, it's a lot better on the PC, because basically their 360 version was like a test run, and then after a couple months they tweaked it and released it for the PC, so there's more features, and
yeah.
I haven't got it for the PC yet, which I'm probably gonna end up buying and playing it again.
Yeah. Nice.
But I've heard nobody talk about it.
Well, Devin, I think it's on the Switch.
Is it?
The Last Remnant?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. The remaster was released on December 2018 for the PS4 and for Nintendo Switch in June 2019.
Oh, you could also get on PS4.
They fucking remastered it?
Look how happy he is.
Dude, you just made my night!
Okay.
Oh my god!
According to Wikipedia.
I know what I'm doing tonight. I know what I'm doing tonight.
I mean, I thought you were going to play Destiny, but okay.
Priorities. Yeah, no, it's definitely out for the PS4. And according to that article, the Switch as well.
I'm still gonna have to buy and install Destiny on my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so. I have to do that too. That's probably gonna take a while.
Yeah.
80 gigs, my friends.
80 gigs?
80 gigs.
80 gigs. That's gonna be unfortunate. Oh man.
Dude, no, Josh, seriously, you just made my night.
Yep, definitely on the Nintendo Switch as well.
I would say go with
the
PlayStation.
The remastered on the Switch, or
The remastered is on both the Switch and the PlayStation. Yes.
I'd go with PlayStation though, because I mean, Switch is nice, but it is gonna be lesser quality.
Yeah, last released in 2008. Yep, last Remnant. You buy Square Enix? Yeah, no, that's the one you were talking about.
Maybe that's why
Cool.
maybe that's why it sounds so familiar to me, because I've seen it like floating around.
I had never heard of it, which is why I was googling it.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, see, that's exactly what I meant. Not like hardly anybody's heard of this game, and it's by a very big, popular.
Yeah, like a well-known producer.
It's just
production
like
company.
Final Fantasy, so no one cared.
Yeah.
Everyone was too busy
Yeah, because
complaining
everyone's
about
too
Kingdom Hearts
interested
3.
in the and what is it? Were they the ones that did The Last of Us, or somebody did the
No,
Last?
it's not. Last of Us is
No.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog. Yeah.
They did some
Square
other game
Enix
other
did
than
Final Fantasy, and
Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy, Kingdom
There was
Hearts,
one other
Watch
game.
Dogs, Rabbids.
Yep.
The only reason why I know about Rabbids is because it's in Watch Dogs. That's the only reason why I know that they actually made it.
Dragon Quest
But
is
yeah,
also
no,
Dragon
everyone's
Quest.
too interested. Everyone's too interested in those titles, and nobody has ever heard of The Last Remnant. But it's such a good game.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably in the same thing as like a Bethesda situation where everybody just wants to keep getting the same game 1,000 times over the same way. I love Bethesda, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, it is true. Like, how many different ways can I port Skyrim? You know what I mean? Like,
It's a huge open world. Nobody's gonna notice a few glitches. Fucking
As I get
Bethesda.
hit by a giant and fly into the air.
I'm sorry, glitches? I believe you mean features.
This is a glitch or
Do
a
we
feature?
want to
Yes.
close out of this chat one more time?
Yeah, probably. I mean, what are we at for time overall right now?
I have no idea.
Did you not restart the timer? You suck. Yeah, well,
Well, we started immediately when we started this call, and mine says 35 minutes.
okay, so it's been about 35 minutes. The other one was probably about 20 minutes. So yeah, I mean, we still got a little bit left in us. So yeah, let's let's do a quick cut right
I'll be
here.
right back.
A quick commercial break, and be right back.
Raid Shadow Legend. So
Before we
let's-
wait, I was gonna say before we jump back in, so we should definitely definitely find a new way to do this before next week, so we don't have to keep doing
because
this.
Zoom sucks.
Yeah, because Zoom's
we'll figure it
screwing
out.
us now. So it was nice at first.
Well, I mean,
but
it's been about 2 weeks. I think Discord's updated
Yeah, I'll look
theirs.
into
Yeah,
it
well,
for
we'll
sure.
check it out.
Yeah,
yeah, we can even check it
uh,
after this. We could do like a quick little testy test or something.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So, anyways,
but-
hi, we're back.
Hi, we're back. We did our Raid Shadow Legends break.
Yep. Josh ordered
Now
dinner.
we are here. I ordered
Artie,
Chipotle.
Artie, you know what this means.
Um,
You have to make a Raid Shadows Legends mini commercial.
I'm not giving them
now.
free. I'm
we
not
have-
giving them free nothing.
We
You don't say nothing, Josh. Shut your mouth.
have plans
Shut
for
your
Raid
mouth.
Shadow Legends
Shut
in
your
the
mouth.
future. Can't wait.
Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing.
I can't wait. So let's keep going with underrated media.
Yes.
Do any of you read? I read. Do you?
No.
I read.
Then
I
real-
don't read.
I read
I
comics.
I can't read.
I read comics. That's it.
I don't
Okay,
even
real
read
quick.
comics or mangas.
I'm gonna plug a book. It's an older book, but it's a horror novella. You can get it packaged with some other books now called The Great God Pan. It's body horror and cosmic horror mixed together.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
About someone, a doctor, who is trying to basically get people to commune with the gods.
Okay.
Specifically, the Great God Pan. And what happens when
Like Pan's Labyrinth? Pan or?
like the
Son of a
sailor
bitch!
Yeah.
Pan.
Okay.
And
Don't mind me. I dropped my diabetes in between my car seats.
you don't need it. Shut up. You're faking it.
I'm faking
Oh shit.
But
faking
I-
it.
it's It's he performs brain surgery on someone, and they're able to commune with Pan and what happens after that.
Huh, interesting.
It's a really good novella. It's older. It had a lot of criticism when it came out. I think it came out in the early 1900s, but it aged well, and it's really good. And I like my cosmic horror, so that's my book plug for the night. Movies and TV shows.
I can do a comic book real quick. I mean, it's
okay.
it's not it's not a book, but it's a comic book, and it's close enough. If you're into comic books,
pictures.
If you're into comic books, there's a few different ones that are really good. I mean, like they're not. I don't know if they're really like underrated or anything like that, but there's a few titles that when anybody's trying to get into comic books but isn't super interested in the mainstream like superhero stuff, the main places I always point to them are. Depending on what they're into, I point them to Deadly Class, which is a phenomenal series printed by Image. Had a short sci-fi TV series. They did one season. It was a really good season, but they just didn't pick up because sci-fi just destroys all the good shows ever. Whenever they only make trash, and when they make good things, they're like, we can't keep doing this.
This is costing way too much money.
This isn't on brand. We can't do it. So Deadly Class is really good. It's about a school for assassins. Basically, it's Harry Potter for assassins. It's really good. It's really fun. It takes place during the 80s. So it's got a really nice vibe to it. Awesome art. Love it. So there's that.
I mean, with comic books,
Polarity.
Polarity's really
Polarity
good.
by Max Bemis. Max Bemis is the...
That's why I love Polarity.
Yeah, exactly. Max Bemis... I mean, I love a lot of Max Bemis' work in general. Josh, if you haven't read his Centipede thing, you really should.
I haven't read Centipede yet, but his run of Moon Knight is still my favorite.
Moon Knight's really good. I mean, he did a comic adaptation of, like, if Centipede was actually, like, a real space creature. Like the video game and came down and like everything else. And that was really fun. Polarity's really good.
So Max Bemis is the lead singer of the band Say Anything.
Yes.
He's a very
I really enjoy his comics. So like those are really good. And then I mean the other ones are kind of mainstream, but I mean like Umbrella Academy's really good. Killjoys is really good, and then also Saga. Saga is also really good.
Saga's great.
Saga's really good, and I think their hiatus should be ending moderately soon. But...
Yeah, I think it ends soon. To piggyback off that real quick, a comic book series that I love that isn't superhero comics is Transmetropolitan.
I haven't read it, but I'm familiar with it.
You should. It's a journalist in the future. The journalist himself is based on Hunter S. Thompson, so you're in for a treat. Yeah. Spider Jerusalem is the name of the journalist. He's pretty amazing.
One of the ones that's currently on my list to read right now actually is the Weatherman. That's another one I've heard is really good that I want to read.
I will say with Transmetropolitan, it is a bit crass. If you have any triggers, it's not the comic book for you.
Yeah.
It's why it's an election year, and I have not posted Spider Jerusalem's ad on elections. I'll send it to you guys because I know none of those trigger warnings affect you. It is not a comic book for the people who have issue with violence of any sort.
I got you.
But his thoughts on elections are pretty great. Next, let's do movies and TV shows. We can lump those together. For me, movies, I've always liked the movie The Spirit. I think that not enough people talk about it. I think it got lambasted when it came out. Like no one liked it.
I don't think I've seen that. Is it a horror movie? Or suspense?
No, it's a comic book movie. It's a superhero movie based on a comic book character from like the 20s.
Spirit. Okay, yes. I have seen it then.
By the guy, it's done by the guy who did Sin City.
Yeah. Okay, no, I have seen it. I have seen it. Yeah.
It's really good and visually appealing.
I can't remember this off the top of my head, but was he also the same guy who did the Dick Tracy one? Did he do that Dick Tracy movie? Because that's the same. That movie does the same thing where it's all black and white, but it's like it's just yellow is the only color that shows and everything else. So
yeah,
I wonder is that Robert Rodriguez?
Rodriguez did Sin City along with the guy, but Sin City had what's his name? The guy who actually originally wrote Sin City. It had his hands on.
Oh God, I can't remember his name, but yes,
involved with the whole project.
But
And I think that was the same way with the Spirit. It was both of them.
yeah, okay, no, I did see Spirit. Yeah, I did see the Spirit. Yep.
And for TV shows, I always say watch Channel Zero. Channel Zero is legitimately good horror TV.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I'm really bad at watching TV shows, so watch the Harley Quinn cartoon because it's also
That
really
show's so good. Casey and I, we haven't started watching the second season yet because we like to binge that stuff. But yeah, no, that show's phenomenal. It's actually running on Sci-Fi.
Apparently, they're gonna have Harley Quinn is.
Yeah. The first season. The first season is running on Sci-Fi. I think it might either start like today of us recording that, or like just after. Or, like somewhere around the vicinity of us recording this. It's actually going to be running on Sci-Fi for the full first season.
Season 2 of Harley Quinn is going to deal with her and Poison Ivy's relationship, which I can't wait
for. Which would be really cool.
That'll be really dope.
Yeah.
So, I've got one thing for a show and one thing for a movie.
Perfect. Go for it.
So, the movie one is... I'm very picky when it comes to my movies. I'm more of an action, comedy, sometimes both, like Deadpool. Deadpool's a perfect mix.
Yeah.
But I would say this one's underrated because I hear a lot of people talk shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people talk shit about Iron Man 2, and I'm just like, I think Iron Man 2 was great.
I thought Iron Man 2 is better than Iron Man 1. My brother and I recently got into a fight over which was worse, Iron Man 3 or not Thor Ragnarok, Thor the Dark World.
Thor Dark World is absolutely the worst Marvel movie.
He thinks
wait a minute.
Let me worse because it was more disappointing.
Let me rephrase that.
So glad I sparked this argument.
Thor Dark World is the weakest one within the canonized MCU. Let me rephrase that because there's been bad Marvel movies. There's been bad Marvel movies before that.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, the first Incredible.
Have you seen Ghost Rider 2 though? That movie's incredible. Have you?
Ghost Rider.
Yes.
I have seen Ghost Rider 2.
The second one.
With Danny Ketch in it.
Is it? I don't know. Dude,
I saw it.
Oh, what are you talking about, dude? He possesses a crane.
That's why it's not good.
He pisses fire!
That's why it's not good.
It's incredible. Nicolas Cage loses his shit even more in that movie. It's incredible. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. Oh my god.
I'll be honest. I watched it. I don't think it was awful, but I wasn't impressed with it.
With which one?
Ghost Rider.
The second Ghost Rider.
It's ridiculous, and that's why it's great.
Not good.
That's why I like it. Well, see, but that leads into my thing though. My thing is I like bad movies. So, Mario Bros movie, the Mario Bros movie, Speed Racer, like that. Those movies, they're not good, but that's what makes them so good. Like that's what makes them so much fun and so enjoyable. And so those are my answers. It's hard to pick kind of between like two. Yeah. Between those two, just because they're both kind of in that same vein for me, where it's like they're not good, but that's what makes them fun.
I mean, I like my bad movies too. I own a DVD copy of Food Fight.
Oh no, Food Fight. Someday I haven't actually watched that whole movie. I really should do that.
No, don't. No, honestly, don't. It's so bad because you get like obviously our point of reference with Food Fight a lot of the time is JonTron.
Yeah,
because he the big review on Food Fight, like. He hits all the moments that are worth watching that movie.
Oh, so there's just nothing I'm missing?
That video is like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Food Fight is an hour and a half.
No.
He cut out an hour and 10 minutes of bullshit.
No, I'm good.
So bad. I watched all of it and I fell asleep during it. It was so bad. But in reality, the scene where the actual food fight happens lasts for like 20 minutes. It blows my mind.
TV? I don't know if I have anything for TV.
Oh, that was my answer for movie was Iron Man 2 because I hear everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we didn't let you say your TV. Movie. That was my bad. I got so flustered with the.
Well, no, we all got distracted with the freaking Ghost Rider.
We got distracted. Fight. He said the thing.
Hey! He said the thing. Yay! He said the secret word. Yay!
What do I win? Crippling depression.
Aww.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah,
what's your TV show,
because I hear Yeah, because I hear so many people talk shit about Iron Man 2, but my personal opinion, I thought that was like one of the better Iron Man movies.
I
agree.
It was alright.
So my TV one, I wouldn't say is exactly underrated. I'm bringing it up because it was such an amazing show, and it was canceled. Can either of you take
Dragon Ball Z?
Dude, there's been so many things that I love that got canceled. You're gonna have to be a little more specific. My entire life is canceled shows.
Todd and the Book of Pure Evil. By the way, that's a good underrated show. Todd and the Book of Pure Evil is great.
I haven't watched it, but I have seen like bits of it, and it did seem
starring Jason Mewes.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
He's looking through a box. What do you mean? I thought it was pretty
Kevin,
obvious.
What's your show?
Okay, but my show is Firefly.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I wouldn't say that's underrated though, dude. Maybe at the time, but now nobody will shut the hell up about it. Not that, like, listen, not that it's not warranted, that it deserves this attention, but I feel like the amount of attention that it gets at this point is just bandwagoning of people being like, make it.
But
but the thing about Firefly though is I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point last year.
Yeah, last year your dad was watching through it.
Yeah, my dad was watching through it last year, and I sat down and I get home from work. My routine is I come home from work, I get dinner, and I'll sit in the living room and watch whatever my dad's watching.
Yeah.
And we were watching Firefly, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. What is this? He's like, it's Firefly. I'm like, this is Firefly?
Yeah.
So we started it from the beginning, and it took us just a whole week to finish the one and only season.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, that's it. I'm like, that's it? And you're like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, what do you mean that's it?
Did you watch Serenity?
I've been meaning to watch Serenity.
Okay, Serenity, in my opinion, is not as good as Firefly, but Serenity at least ties up some loose ends.
Yeah, that's what he told me about, is that the fan base threw such a fit that they were literally essentially shut up and take my money, and they
still are. They still are.
And yeah, well, and I know you're not a big comic book fan, Devin, but they did make comics that continue.
They did, yeah. Actually, I think the comic is still going. Actually,
I think it might be.
I'm pretty sure I've seen recent issues come through the shop.
They're pretty good. They're not bad at all. I liked the stuff that they did with Preacher or Shepherd. That's what I call them.
Speaking of which, also on the context of movies, Dr. Horrible's sing along blog, I think, is underrated.
Oh, that's such a good.
I think that movie is entirely underrated. Casey hasn't watched it yet, and I keep telling her, like, we gotta watch it.
She'd love it.
That's what I told her. I was like,
she'd love it.
Nathan Fillion is incredible in everything, but like,
dude, Nathan Fillion can do no wrong in my eyes.
Well, you saying Firefly is what made me think about it.
Yeah, but he actually surprisingly, like, I knew Neil Patrick Harris had a great voice.
Yeah.
But Nathan Fillion, I was not expecting that from him. Like, he actually has a good voice.
Neil Patrick Harris, Nathan Fillion, and Felicia Day. Yeah.
Keegan Sundry.
Yeah, dude. It's such a good lineup. Oh, and also I don't know his real name, but Howard from Big Bang Theory. He plays the sweaty dude. Yeah.
Devin, or no, that was your TV show.
Yeah.
Did we go through everyone?
I didn't really say a TV show. I can't think of like a very specific one off the top of my head, but I could say probably Legends of Tomorrow. You know, most people automatically dismiss a lot of the CW shows, but honestly, Legends of Tomorrow is so ridiculous now that it's grown its own legs. It's just incredibly ridiculous in all the best ways possible.
Like the CW network is like the only thing I watch.
It's got my boy John Constantine in it.
Exactly. But yeah, a lot of people just don't like the CW stuff because, I mean, yeah, of course, it's a lot of it is drama based. That's what CW markets. That's what they do. And that's
also, gotta be real with you, very poorly written. It's all shit.
What?
CW shows, all shit.
They're not incredible, no. But I think what they're doing with Legends of Tomorrow makes it a really fun and ridiculous ride.
Well, with Legends of Tomorrow, they like turned up the ham to 10.
Exactly.
And because they turned up the ham to 10, it really fits well. It's like Z Nation, like where Z Nation was ridiculous.
See, I never watched Z Nation.
And that's why I was okay with Z Nation.
See, Z Nation in the beginning was funny and it was great. It was a new twist. It was like if
is that show worth watching?
The beginning of it, I would say yes, but then it becomes like every other zombie show where it's kind of the same shit.
That's the problem with zombie shows, is that usually they just all end up going to the same place. There's only so much different stuff that you can do. That's why I loved Daybreakers. Daybreakers? The one on Netflix that just came out. It's really good, but it's already canceled. It only got one season and it was really good.
Yeah. But that's the show I was trying to think of. I don't know why I blanked on it, but The Walking Dead. It's as if Supernatural and The Walking Dead had a child together, and Z Nation is what came of it.
Yeah,
it's a funny zombie show. Cannons.
Okay, so it's just Daybreak, but it's like legit. A bomb drops. For those who don't know, basically a bomb drops, but it only affects adults. So all the adults become zombies, and now it's like kids.
Oh, they did a podcast on
Dude,
that.
It was such a good show. Casey and I watched the first season. It was really fun. It was really great. It has Matthew Broderick in it. It's like...
Look up the Daybreak podcast because it's a continuation of the show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It like takes place in the high school.
Interesting. Yeah, see, like it was a really good show, but
it's the AV team from the high
got
school
canceled. It got canceled after the first season.
Bummer.
Yeah, it was super lame. But yeah, so that's actually another one I'd say was kind of underrated, I guess, as far as like Netflix standards, because I mean, they kind of give most things second seasons, so it was kind of crazy to me that show didn't get one. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, it didn't get Stranger Things numbers. That's an underrated show, right?
Yeah.
All
Unpopular
right.
opinion. Infinity War totally underrated.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Shawshank Redemption, not good. Shawshank Redemption is critically the greatest movie of all time. Like on a critic level, it is the greatest movie of all time. Best reviews,
really,
best consistent any movie of all time. I didn't
know that.
So
that makes sense.
If you've never seen Shawshank Redemption, it's apparently really good. I have seen it. I've owned
seen
it.
So is that the natural roll? Is that the end then, or that felt like a very natural spot? But
that's a good spot.
Yeah. Did we?
There's no other questions.
Alec had another question. But we can save it later.
Well, what is it? Is it something we can answer quick, or?
Nah, it's gonna take a minute because I need to think about it.
Okay. Well, then you know what? I think that's a pretty solid place to end because we're definitely over an hour at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, hopefully.
And my burrito's gonna be here in 3 minutes.
Nice. So Josh's gonna eat his burrito. I'm gonna eat some Reese's sticks, and Devin and I are both gonna start an 80 gig download. And hopefully by next week we'll figure out a better way to record.
Devin's gonna start an 80 gig download, but he's also gonna get The Last Remnant
at the same time. Well, yeah. Oh wait, same system. Oh
yeah.
Depending if I get it on the Switch or
like
not.
I said though, if you do it on the Switch, you're gonna do yourself a disservice, dude. You are.
The only thing that makes me want to get it on the Switch is the convenience of portability.
Look up a side-by-side. In this day and age, everybody releases side-by-sides on YouTube. Look up a side-by-side of graphics.
But that's also the thing. I already know how hefty that fucking game is, and if it's remastered, it's gonna be heftier. So I'm leaning more towards the PlayStation.
Oh, of course, yeah. But I mean, like I said, it's worth it to check. It's worth to check, I think.
Because it was already pushing. It was pushing my 360 to the limit, and that was the first release.
Well, exactly. Which I mean, first releases on games are always kind of rough, anyways, on any console.
True.
Launch titles are always a little chunky.
A
little clunky. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll look more into it.
I said,
but I am leaning towards getting it on the PlayStation.
It would just
the only reason
sense.
I get it on the Switch. Yeah, the only reason I get it on the Switch is for the convenience of portability.
Yeah. But so hopefully, like I said, we're gonna look into seeing about using something a little bit better. We might go back to using Discord or something, so we don't have to keep stopping in the middle of them and starting new sessions. But if you guys have any questions you'd like us to answer or discuss or anything you want to talk about, let us know in the comments below. We're always paying attention to that. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
I love you.
I love you.